I'm architect Deepa Agarwal, owner at Deepa Agarwal Architects. I'm a member of DLC Global Design Committee from the Kolkata chapter. The topic for discussion today is the power of design. I remember in my childhood, I used to visit these art galleries with my dad. Those awe inspiring structures prompted me to do architecture. And here I am today, pursuing architecture and interiors as my profession. And also, I take out time for artwork and paintings. What is architecture? What is design? Have you ever thought what architecture can do to you? Architecture leaves a deep impact on your mind, it leaves a deep impact on your psychology. Architecture can mold you. Architecture evokes emotions in you. Architecture is not purely about aesthetics. Aesthetics plays a vital role. Architecture communicates with you. When you enter a sports building, a stadium, your body language changes totally. You feel more sporty and energetic. When you are inside any office building, your whole concentration and focus is drawn towards your work. When you are at a worship house, we see we don't need to work hard. We can feel that calmness and peace within ourselves. This is what architecture does to you. Architecture are design spaces. Every design space has a physical aspect, a technical aspect, a visual aspect, a climatological aspect, emotional aspect, a healing aspect attached to it. No design can be a good design unless and until all these aspects are taken care of. Say you have a small house, you are returning back from home, you enter your home, your kids are playing and dancing, your wife is on a video call, your parents are having fun with their friends. You're looking for a small space for yourself where you can cool down after work, but you don't have any. What do we do in these scenarios? In big houses, we need to give small, intimate spaces when the family members can gather, they can have fun, they can watch TV, they can dine together, they can cross those spaces when coming and going inside their rooms so that they can get that feeling of warmth, comfort, togetherness, love, belonging. In small spaces, what can we do? We can give small outdoor spaces, we can bring in nature into the house. Even a small balcony will act as a cooling space when you return from office. You can sit there on the balcony, overlooking the garden, overlooking the lake. Even a small pot of flowers re energizes you, it cools you down. So, whether a space, small or big, makes no difference. You need to give that space to each and every member of the family, wherein they can have moments of joy and solitude. Every place has an emotional quotient attached to it. What is the difference between a house and a home? It is merely psychological. A person feels at home at a certain place, the other person may not feel. A person feels the sense of love, sense of protection at a certain place, the other person does not. The same place evokes different kind of emotions in different people. Every place has to be designed as per the person who is residing there. Every place has to be personalized as per the cultural upbringing of that person, as per his taste, as per his liking, as per his education. Spaces cannot be designed in a set pattern or a mold. Every space has to be an expression and a reflection of the person who will be living there. When you enter any corporate office, you see rows and rows of cubicles and cabins, all designed in a same pattern, all has the same color scheme. But when you walk past them, you can see a remarkable difference in the way each and every individual has dressed up that space. Each space reflects his culture, his identity, his taste. Why? He can feel that space to be his own. He feels more at home in that space. He can work more peacefully in that environment. You must have heard about music that heals. You must have heard about touch that heals. We have heard about doctors performing operations, asking the patient to sing to ease her down. Have you ever heard of architecture that heals? Architecture has a healing effect. A human being is made of 5 elements of nature: earth, fire, water, air, and space. In a built space, he is disconnected with those 5 elements of nature. His inner calling is to be near nature. Landscape re energizes you, it acts as a balm for your mind, body, and soul. I'll give you a small example. Experiment was conducted by a scientist at a hospital over a period of time. There was a hospital building with rooms on both sides of the corridor. The one side of the rooms face was overlooking the garden and the river flowing by. The other side of the corridor, the rooms were looking at the concrete structures. After a certain period of time, what was noticed? What were the observations? The patients on the rooms overlooking the lakefront, overlooking the garden, were healed much more faster with lesser medication compared to the patients in the rooms which was overlooking the concrete structures. They took far more time and medication to heal. This proves how architecture, how landscape can add a healing touch to the patients. During my internship years, I worked on a very interesting project. This is a cancer center hospital in Kolkata. It's a hospital built by Dr. Saroj Gupta. It treats cancer patients over there and also takes special care of children suffering from cancer. He had a vision to design a hospital which will not look like a hospital. The patients there should not feel they are in a clinic or a hospital. They should get a feeling as if they are in between the nature, they are amongst the nature. As soon as you enter the hospital premises, you will not feel it's a hospital. It feels as if you are in some resort. You'll see children playing around. Children's rooms, the patient's room, are overlooking a garden full of ducks. There's a toy train running around the campus. There's a children park where in the evenings you see full of children. I remember working on the Cottage of Peace there. This building resides the terminally ill cancer patients. If you look at the building, it looks like you are at some resort hotel. The patients there, I've seen the patients passing away from that place. They never felt they were leaving this world. They were so connected with nature and they passed away so peacefully. This is what architecture can do to you. It can heal you totally. It acts as a healing agent. So, how to come up with a good design? There is no rule book to mark your design as good or bad. A good design for you could be a very bad design for someone else. You cannot copy paste someone else's design. It would be a big disaster. A good design is your self expression, your reflection. It is as per your taste, your upbringing, your culture, your education, your likings. A design should be comfortable. The height should be comfortable. The transparency level should be comfortable. We have seen Ranveer Singh wearing all kind of bizarre clothes. But will you be comfortable in those clothes? Never. Same goes with design. Your design is your identity. A design has to be holistic. You should not forget about the sustainability factor. You cannot build a house for 10 years. It has to have a shelf life of at least 50 years. The interior should have a shelf life of minimum 10 years. So to sum it up, I would say your house should be your dreams, your manifestations, your aspirations. It should have the right colors, the right plan, the right use of technology. It should be clutter free, it should be healing. It will always keep you happy. I would like to congratulate DLC for creating this platform and giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts on the topic which I am so passionate about. To know more about the topic or to connect with me, you can contact me on the DLC website. Thank you.